are part of your daily routine when it comes to babies and toddlers. But when do they start dropping their naps altogether? Hi, I'm Amanda, founder and co-creator of Little Ones Sleep Programs. I'm a pediatric sleep specialist and mother to two darling little girls. At Little Ones, we have our comprehensive online program from newborn right through to toddler age for sleep and nutrition. We do have our program in our custom built app, where we also have our fantastic support village where we house our customer support village, and we have in there our trained sleep consultants who are there day and night to help you through any questions that you may have. Make sure that you visit us at www.little-ones.co if you need any further help. So today's question is, what age do you expect babies to drop their naps altogether, and what are the signs that you should look out for? At any time, make sure you pop in the comments below what age your baby dropped their naps. And I know that it does vary, but usually the age at which they drop their naps is just after the age of about 3. So anytime from 3 right through till 4, your baby will show signs of needing to drop their nap. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's not once they drop their naps, then that's no more naps at all. It is a gradual process, and dropping that last nap is usually the hardest out of all naps to drop. And also, it's much harder, I think, for a first child than it is for a second child, because a second child is trying to keep up with those older siblings. So at any time over the age of 3, your baby or toddler may start needing to drop their nap. The key signs to look out for are that they are taking longer to settle for that nap. They are mucking around and they're not going to sleep very well. And that is one of the signs that they certainly need to drop that nap. They may not be sleeping as long during the nap. That actually is quite good if your baby has regulated that nap length by themselves, rather than you having to drop it back yourself. I know that if my children went to sleep, even when they were even at 3, if they did go to sleep, then they would be asleep for a full 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours if I'd let them. But I had to cut back the nap myself. Otherwise, nobody in the house would have been going to bed at all until about 10 o'clock. The next thing is that they may not be settling well at bedtime. This is a real key indicator that the nap needs to be trimmed back or otherwise needs to be dropped altogether. As I said, if I let my children sleep for 2 hours at 3 years old, then they wouldn't be going to sleep until 10 o'clock. That in my house, I need my time at after 7, so they need to be in bed at 7 o'clock at a reasonable time. So I could start trimming back that nap and eventually dropping the nap. It is also important that children do go to bed at around that 7 o'clock mark as well, because between 7 and midnight is the most deep restorative sleep that they are getting throughout the night, and it is important that they get those hours before midnight. The next sign that you may need to drop the nap is that they're waking multiple times at night for no apparent reason. They may have started waking and then coming into your bedroom and then starting to form a habit. If they're doing this consistently, it's likely that they aren't tired enough. They're waking up, they're having a restless night because they aren't tired enough to have a decent sleep. This especially happens if your toddler is having a nap during the day and then still settling well at bedtime. They won't have that nice deep restorative sleep. They'll be restless, and this is when they start waking up multiple times during the night. That's a key sign as well of dropping a nap. And then the last sign that the nap needs to go is that they may be sleeping well at the nap, they may be settling well at bedtime, they may be sleeping well overnight, but they're waking up bright and early 5 o'clock in the morning, wide awake, rearing to go, and there is nothing getting them back to sleep. So that is the last sign of needing to drop that nap, and it's time to get rid of the naps altogether. When we say drop a nap, especially at this one, it's not a hard and fast rule. It's not they are done and dusted and you now have no naps altogether. You may need to start by dropping the nap 2 out of 7 days a week, and then moving that to every second day, and then gradually slowly dropping the nap, and then maybe having a nap 2 out of 7 days, or they may start dropping the nap altogether at daycare, for example, but then you let them have a catch-up sleep on the weekend because they're really active now, they are going to be really tired, and especially on busy weekends they're going to need to catch up. And then it is after you've dropped the nap and sort of down to 2 out of 7 days, it's really just as and when needed. You will notice when your toddler needs to have a nap, you may need to actually force a nap sometimes. You may need to, I know with my second, she was always trying to keep up with the older child, so we would deliberately go for a drive some days because I knew she just needed even 45 minutes to just catch up on her sleep and really restore her energy to get her through the next few hours without a sleep. It's not a hard and fast rule. There will be days where your toddler is just still going to need a nap, and make sure though that it is still prior to 3 o'clock. You want them to be waking at sort of 2:30, 3 o'clock at the super latest, at the very latest. Otherwise, as I said, sort of you won't be getting them to sleep before 7 o'clock. Dropping a nap isn't overly easy, unfortunately. It does need to come back sometimes, but that's all good. This is what toddlers are about, and it will depend on how active your toddler is for those certain days, and if they're sick then obviously they'll need to have naps as well. I hope that answers your question as to when your toddler might need to drop their nap and what signs to look out for. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button and that notification bell so you get notified of videos just like this one.